is really in 2D art. So I like programming with Construct 2 because it's easier to do. This would be basically part 5 of the series, I guess, of me trying to make a dating card game sim. Let's make sure that's there and open it up. Last time I got the array to work, which is really cool. Let's make sure that no audio is going on right now. You're gonna find this funny, but I'm actually listening to a Twitch stream about pinball. And that may not be the best thing to listen to right now. So let me turn this off right now. Yeah, I also got the... Oh my gosh, I can hear myself. So we're just gonna get rid of that too. I don't know I don't know about all the features yet. I'm using Game Show. So I'm kind of in the blind. Let's see if I can add this. It's my Twitter feed. So if I can add one more layer. Which again, see, the Twitter feed doesn't even pop up. I don't see it anywhere. Let's see what happens if I go to Twitch really quick. I guess I'm testing with the service right now. If anything, help Twitch is not the right Twitch. So I'm actually recording this because I'm gonna upload this to YouTube. So I don't know how much of this I want to actually edit. I don't know. That's the other thing. I want to try to keep them down to 30 minutes a day. That's what they said. It's a healthy dose of development time. Go to my channel really quick. Oh, and I hope I don't get like a bunch of feedback and loops. Oh, we got one watcher. We got 4. Hi. I'm just making trying to check to see if I can get the feed going. So my Twitter, yeah, it's not working. So sad. Get rid of that right there. And I take it the feed's not going to work either. Let's see. Let's click this off. Okay, so this is going to be weird because I've got a little bit of delay. So just leave in comments and I'll just have to get back to you. Again, my first time starting this, so 4 people watching is pretty cool. That's a lot better than YouTube, which is awesome. I do love YouTube gaming, but not a lot of people are going to that. We'll get this whole thing started then and look into Construct. Since this is my first broadcast on Twitch, I'll kind of get you caught up on the what's going on with the project. So as you can see, this is basically Construct 2's interface. What's really cool again is that I'm a 2D guy primarily, or an artist primarily, so you don't really need to code, but you do need to program. And I just want to be clear about that because there's a lot of Steam reviews about this software, and that's a big thing. Also, another thing to note is that when I started with Construct 2 about 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't very heavy on buy the new software, the professional license. But apparently, according to Steam reviews, that's a thing now because well, it's a business and he's trying to make money, and I think it's a good engine to use. I think Godot's better, but again, Godot you actually have to code a little bit. Godot's going to start doing something like this, module-based programming. But again, it's open source, and it just depends on when they get enough people on GitHub to actually fix their software or whatnot. Okay, so we can see here, this is basically the game board, and this is like the one layout that I'm going to use. Let's see if this thing is broken, if I broke it or not. I'm going to click debug so I can see what's going on with it. Let's see here. And every so often I'll check here if there's a comment or something, but if not, it's cool. Oh, we already lost one person. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Clicking on this, and as you can see here, this is the game layout. Basically, I'm supposed to grab it, turn over here, and oops, went too fast. And then we can check in and actually see what's going on. So here you go. Hey, are you going out? I click the card. I move it over. Oh, whoa. What's wrong with my gaming mouse? Let's get a mouse pad. That's a little bit better. Grab it. Okay. And then, wow. This thing was made for StarCraft, but nothing else. All right. Wake. Okay. So change this dialog. Okay. Just be careful. And then this, we're going to go back to yes. We just click this really quick. Remember your training. So everything's kind of set up. So this game is kind of similar to Reigns. as far as gameplay is concerned. And so what I'm trying to do is basically the same kind of storytelling game with cards. And now I'm going to go back and check my arrays and add my notes here. A good note thing to do too if you're using Construct 2 is these notes, because it helps you figure out what exactly you did last time and what you need to work on. Let me grab a piece of paper using that as my mouse pad. Okay, note on stream, note for stream. So added signal here to trigger clicking event. Okay, so I added a signal here. Click on this will tap gesture. That makes the next dialog appear without having to use a function. Now I'm looking at this. No, set no. So the issue I've been having is I've been trying to figure out a way to get the cards to move within the stack. And again, there's going to be two card sets. One's going to be all random cards, and then the other one's actually going to be like just like Reigns, where you have a series of cards where there are yes or no answers, and each one branches to the next one. So what the issue has been here is I've been trying to figure out exactly the best way from going from one set of card decisions to the next set. Now I figured there's a way I could do this maybe with phases. So what I did here is I put a global variable on the top where I actually have phases here as a global variable, phase. And I got this from other card games, like regular card games, trading card games, where the different phases signify a series of choices and events within that phase that move to the next phase of the next set of cards for the next set of decisions within a regular trading card game. So looking at this phase, add one to phase. So I started thinking about, well, maybe I should actually have a function. When the function is called, it's going to add one to phase, and then I could just maybe add one to a series of phases, and that should read. So this is where I'm going to try. So try add a yes and no function that is triggered by the main controls. You gotta love my misspellings. Okay. Pfft. Unbelievable. Come on. Controls. Okay, so this is what I'm going to try to do today. I'm going to try to get this function to work, and hopefully it will add to the phase and it'll move the cards along for the yes no decisions. Now let's see. I'll add an event here. I guess I'll start with the yes. Make sure there's nothing conflicting. So right now, like again, to get the first phase to work, I just basically have it set to yes, no, 2 to 1, yes, no, 2 to 2, and then that gives like the player choices if they're going to be yes or no. And we can see that here when we go to debug. If I grab here, boink, see, okay, I'll just go watch TV and leave you alone. And so that's already working. The first phase is working, but how do I get it to continue from there? That's what I'm trying to work on right now. I'm going to actually call a function. The function was, hold on, we got to get the name of the function. Again, this is where the programming comes in. Construct is phase. I just have it simply named phase. Okay. All right, call function and phase. Capital or lowercase? I hope it was lowercase. Done. And just check, because all about names, nope, it's uppercase. So we'll get that uppercase here too. Yeah, in this, so unlike the module-based programming, you can make a game within 30 minutes or less with Construct 2. The only problem is if you don't actually want to customize it, and that's where a lot of people on Steam have had complaints. And do I have any added parameters? No, I don't have any added parameters. I'm just going to say phase, and I'm just going to call this one phase, okay? Then we'll test it on yes. And then, let's see, click debug mode. And then we're going to check on the very bottom, this time on the debug mode, and we're going to look specifically for, where the heck is it? Ticks, counts, global variables, and we have phases here. So ideally, if I grab this card, no, it doesn't add anything to the phase. So something isn't working with the function. What's not looking with the function? I call phase, add one to phase, functions on phase. So it should work. I don't know why it's not. All right. Okay, so call phase is 0. I didn't add any extra parameters. There's really no added parameters to do. Now done. Just now remove added parameter. Done. Okay, let's see. Save. Oh, need to be in debug mode. I'm kind of learning as I go. So if anyone's got any thoughts on this who uses Construct2 and is watching this, please tell me if there's a better way than what I'm trying to actually do. Whoa, it's huge. Okay, down. Okay, hold on. Try and get this to look better. Oh my gosh. Okay, well. That would drive me crazy if I was watching this. Hold on. Let me grab this. Pause. Whoa. Okay. That's all fine and dandy, but I want to get my bottom to look better. There we go. Okay, so let me look at card number phase. Does phase work? Nope. Nothing's being added to phase. So what's going on with my function? I call the function. Is there another way to do it? Call expression, set return value. Nope. That's it. I add one to phase. I thought that'd be it. On function call. So let's look at documentation really quickly. Again, I'm trying to keep this within 30 minutes or so. If I don't get it to it, I can get to it tomorrow. Construct2. And let's look at functions. Look at the manual really quick. About functions, enemy, speed, random. Speed random 10 to 20. Great. That's players, but functions create enemy. And on system, create enemy. Yeah, that should totally work. The idea is previous, but it's somewhat shorter and more convenient. We can call function parameters advanced. So this should work. I have the same setup, right? So here it's like parameter system add to 1 when this is called. So something is not calling this right away. So there's another way we could test this. Oh, I see. Hold up. There you go. That's where it's at. I didn't add the include the event sheet. So now I need to include functions, and that should change it. Okay, so now, oopsie, debug mode, because we won't see the variable change, the global variable change without the debug mode. Oh, one person. All right, cool. Let's see. Replay and debug mode. Okay. Yeah, again, I'm just starting out, so whoever is there still, thanks. I hope this gets better as time goes on. I've been uploading to YouTube a lot, and I got like 3 or 4 people following me there and on Twitter, but I think Twitch is a better place. We'll see what happens. Okay, so now let's see if this function actually works. Okay, grab it. Yes, phase, the function works. Awesome. This is cool. So let's see. Can I go back here? Phase 2. Yep. So the phases actually work. Wow, it's adding all the phases all the time. Okay. So now that we know that that works on the main controls, and we've added phase here and control phase, we've got all that working. So now what does this mean? How do we switch to the next phase? And how does, well, we got the points, but now how do we move from the first phase of the game and the set of choices to the second phase of the game and the set of choices? And that's what I've been stuck on for at least 3 or 4 days. Okay, so set values. And the other thing too, just to catch you up, is that all these cards, I'm actually, literally putting the cards into the animations. And if I click on this, you can see all the animations here, and these will be all the cards. So again, if you're thinking about making a card game in Construct2, this is how you could do it. There's a free version, but I don't, the limited events is going to mess you up. So I am using the pro version, and you probably would have to buy the pro version to do this stuff. Okay, so ideally, again, the way I've done it is each animation is one card, and that's what I'm trying to do. And main controls, I'm trying to access that card and access the values related to the game. Also, when I think of romance, health, emotions, intoxication, and STDs is what I think about when I think about dating. And why not make a game about that? Because that would be fun for some people like me. Set value at 2. Let's see. So the issue I've been having here is that yes, no, 2. I don't like, the problem is that that value only works once. And I've been trying to turn off the groups, like deactivate the card. That doesn't work at all. So it seems that like I can't really just depend on setting yes or no. I need to depend on the phases. So I had this as card 1, but now that I've got a function, I can actually change this to be phase instead. Done. Okay, and is this phase, so let's get the phases to work. And I wonder if I could get this yes or no to not work. Let's see how this works. Okay, so phase 1. And then phase 1. Is it phase 1? I think that's it. Delete. Now would that work? So right now, logically on the events, if I drag and drop the object on the red or on the green, yes, let's just focus on yes. I want to get some yeses. If I drag and drop the object and focus on yes, then what will happen is that it will call phase 1 or 2. Okay, sorry, you'll add a point to phase 1 because of our functions. Okay. Now, do I need to set yes or no to 2? That's what I've been trying to figure out with this. Like, how do I separate the binary system here to go from 0 to 1, from yes to no? And I did that this way in the first turn, but it doesn't carry on to the next set of turns. Adding 1 to score could work. Oh, okay. So we could have the only problem is if they say no. So the other thing is I tried to add a score to the yes score. And that was an individual variable set on the actual sprite itself. But the only problem is what if they don't choose yes or no? I tried doing like less than or equal than, but the only problem is that that's a range of numbers. It would catch too many of the numbers in the range, so it didn't matter if you're trying to turn it on and off. Let's see. I could try to do a Boolean value and see if that would work. And then that could be it. So let's try that instead. Let's try to add a Boolean value to the sprite. And how do I do that? I'm going to look for yes. I'm going to add a behavior. No, I'm going to add a instant variable. I'm going to do plus. I'm going to click here and I'm going to say Boolean. Good old true or false. And I'll actually call if, I don't know what's a good name for this. Picked, dropped. Call it yes. Can we call it yes? Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, true or false. Okay, so then we could do this, and I'm gonna, no, I still want there to be a score for some reason. Yeah, I at least want to track it. And we'll say that, we'll click on this, and then we'll say set value to, or back. Toggle Boolean. Done. Okay. Maybe that's not that. Let's see. Set value. Add to, maybe set value. Set Boolean would probably be better. There we go. True or false there. Now we got this. So this might have been a better thing to do. I thought a number would have been better, but maybe this is better to do. Okay. And then, oopsie. So let's see, what's a good way to check it? Well, we could just check it in the debug mode. So let me go back into arrays. Instead of this being the case, let's see if we can mess with this. Go to the yes one and let's change this. So instead of it being related to the global variable, we get yes and we say that it's set to the Boolean instead. Is set to Boolean is set to next. Okay, that's great, but I want to compare it. Instant is okay. Is Boolean instant variable set? Okay, where can I check if it's true or not? Okay. So I'm gonna take that's true. I guess this is phase 1, and it should give us the okay. Just be careful. See what happens. All right, hold on. Okay, hey, are you going out? Okay, just yes. Oh, thank you. It's working. Okay, and I click it still. Oh, that's should have done that sooner. Okay, so again, I'm messing with only the yes, but it works. The no, I'm not screwing around with. That's still set to that variable, but this is really cool. So phase 1 works. That's yes, that works. So ideally now, I want to make this where this would be phase 2. I want to make this to be phase 2. Where's that is phase 2? Something about phase 2. Okay. And then we can replace this. I'm going to delete this. So again, I was trying to do card numbers, man. I was trying to do all sorts of things that, like, ideally it was like individual card identification. And I'm still going to do that for special events. Again, once you hit like yes or no, and then you have like a series, there's special events that you'll need like, you know, certain cards. So endings in the game will be related to special card or events that you've actually collected through your playthrough. And again, I also chose a card game because it is one of the easiest games to make. I felt that you could get a simple gameplay, simple art style, but develop like lots of complexity. Okay, so change this thingamajiggy to this. We're gonna try to see if booleans work. I'm hoping that this is the case. Okay, and then again, so my logic's in here. I mean, I'm logical. I'm a pretty logical person, but sometimes like programming and Construct 2 just don't seem to do what you think it should do or how it should do it. Okay, yes is yes. Phase 1, add. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's change the phase. So ideally we want to be on phase 2. And then I'm going to save this. I'm going to debug. And I'm also going to check the values here if this is working. Global values, and I'm on phase 0. When I go here, yes, it's phase 1. Click. Uh-oh. Remember training? Okay, well. Uh-oh. Phase 2. Okay, phase 2. I don't know why the person's sad, but let's see if this actually makes. Is it reading? Here's your pepper spray. It works. Holy crap. I think that's a good place to wrap things up. I've got a function working, and I've got a way now to turn off and on to tell if the player is saying yes or no. That's 4 days of my life. Yeah, I could do some cleanup after that, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. Again, I'm trying to keep these things kind of short for recording and for YouTube stuff, but let's see if anyone's even there. Oh, we still have one person. I don't know if that one person has any questions, comments. You could ask me. I think, you know what, I'm just going to try to get this to be more fine-tuned and maybe catch up on some of my other milestones that I wanted to do and actually get all 7 cards to work. So first off, something's going on with the animation. Let's go into here and let's check. We'll go to dad because dad is awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's make sure that the yes that we have there in the array is actually the set animation 5. Nope, it's not. There we go. Fix that. That should be done. Okay, so that's set, and this is card 5. And the other thing too, I guess I'll go back and forth because I never know when people are going to jump in on this, is I went with groups because these little groups, you can copy and paste code really quickly. And if you make a mistake, you can, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of the same repetitive code, you can copy and paste and just fix it really quickly. And, you know, I've studied JavaScript and I've studied some programming. You can actually import programming into Construct 2, but it's a freaking headache because you don't know if it's going to work. And then plus you now have you've taken programming and put it into a system that is not supposed to have programming. Like the whole point of Construct2 is not to really have programming. So you might as well just do it here where you can catch your mistakes easier, or Construct2 will actually stop you from making a mistake. Now let's see, go back game board. Okay, so what's going on here with Dad? I just want to make sure these cards are, let me get an old-fashioned pen and paper, start writing these things down. So 0 is neutral, 1 is yes, no, 1 is no, 2 is yes, 3 is neutral, 4 is yes, and 5 is no, 4 is no, and 5 is yes. Okay, so something's going on with my numbering here. So dad card 4 set value to 3, which should be dad card 4, which should be a no value. This is why it's always funny. Let's see. So how many cards do I have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really, there's really 6 cards. Yeah, the other issue with my system that I'm trying to set up here is that I can't match up everything perfectly because arrays start at 0. So the thing is that the first one should actually be, so 0 is actually card 1. So card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4, card 5, and card 6. Okay, so card 6 should be animation 5. Okay, and then the other thing is I want to be consistent. So the issue I'm seeing here is that I have card 5, and card 5 is card 5, right? But according to this, and this is where I messed it up, this should actually be card 6. So again, this is what's really cool. I'm just going to grab this group, bam, and then I'm just going to go like here, and I'm just going to be like, whatevs, right? I'm actually going to rename this, edits. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to say that this is actually no 2. Okay, done. And active on start, sure, it doesn't matter. Again, so like one thing about active to start is that I churn this off. I'm going to see if I can find another way to do this, but basically the neutral cards, so there's 3 cards. You have neutral, you have yes, and you have no. So the neutral is between the 2 decisions. Neutral cards, it just made sense to churn the event off during layout, or during the start of layout. So if I go to edit, like it's not active on start, meaning I have to activate it. And then what I did is that in the last card would activate the group, and that's would basically be how I would get that to set up all these other interactions between the phases. So if you think about it, the neutral card is the neutral phase. Then after the neutral phase, you get a choice between, or the neutral part of the phase, the start of the phase, you have yes or no, which will branch into different things. So now that I'm trying to be consistent, card 5 is no. We need to check our animations really quick. Again, these are totally stock art. If I can draw better. In fact, once I get the system set up, maybe tomorrow I'll start working on doing concept art and getting it into Construct2. Neutral face is good. 4 is no. So 4 is not actually 4, it's actually card 5, so that should be no, and that's perfect. That's why it was acting up before, or was giving me the sad face upon the no. Again, this is, I don't, whatever preference you are or whatnot. Again, this is idea that this person lives with their dad. They're going out, and the dad is basically giving them dating advice in the tutorial. Just like real life. Fathers should give their kids tutorials on dating, not just throw them to the wolves. Anyway, card number 4 is no, card number is yes. This is actually yes too. And then this is where, this is just basically module programming at this point. See, as I copy paste this, I have to keep changing variables. Set animation to 5. Is that correct? Yes, that is actually correct. In this case, set animation to 4 would be the issue here. And the other thing we can change really quickly is we're going to change this one right here. Oh, so this is a good FYI. Since we added this here, we don't have anything like this here. We don't have a Boolean situation going on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to no. I'm going to create a oopsie. I'm going to stop all that jazz. I'm going to click over here in projects. I'm going to find where the heck is this thing? I'm going to find the behaviors, the instant variables. I'm going to add a new one. I'm just going to call it no, if no is true or not. I'm going to say Boolean. Okay. Boolean false. Did I start? Oopsie. Edit. Initial value is supposed to be true. No, false is okay. I get it. It's okay. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add that Boolean again. This time for the no sprite. Set Boolean, and it's going to be true. Okay. So now the other thing about this is that this is now working with the phases and with the true, but I'm not resetting it to false. So I don't know if that's going to bite me in the butt later on. In fact, I'm going to make a note right now. It's also good to, on your comments, it's good to date them. Not that I'm in love with my comments. Let's get rid of that really quick. Not that I'm in love with my comments, but it's good to date them because then you know what the heck you did in time. And this is all about time. It's all about weird time when you end up working on something. All right, so I got that one. Oh, and I forgot to put the note. Notes. Okay. You are not resetting. You're not resetting the Boolean value. I'm just gonna put Boolean. I'm gonna misspell Boolean. I don't even know how to spell it. Boolean. Oh, I know what that is. You know what it is. That's all that counts. Boolean value. Will this bite you in the ass later on? Question mark. We'll find out. All right. At least it's working right now. All right. So got that. Go to my arrays. Change this one right here. Go back. Go back. We're gonna put no. We're gonna set Boolean sets. Done. Great. And then we're just gonna say phase 2. And then this is gonna be the no cards, and then we're gonna debug it and see if the magic happens. And see if anyone's home. Is anyone home? Still with us. Awesome. I wonder if is that me? Is that someone else? Who knows? Hi, self. Hi, stranger. Who knows? Anyway, so let's see. Let's go here. I'm going to check this right here. And yes, no. Okay, what phase are you on? Let's look at the phase. Global variables. Okay, phase is 1. So okay, let me double check this. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. That still works. Cool. And then I go no for this one. Uh-oh. What the heck? Here's your pepper spray. Oh, no. Okay, so it's fine. It is working. But it's just I have to change some of these variables. And then I'm calling it after this. Okay, set values to 2. Set value at 2 to card 5. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be cool. I'm just going to keep doing these. And, you know, I don't know if anyone is really going to start following or not. But at least it gives me a goal to get this done. I've been really bad at not getting things done. And this will actually help me actually get something done. Set value to 4, card 5. That's fine. Set animation to 4. Here's your pepper spray. That needs to be changed to... so again, it's like if the dad, or if you say no to the dad, like you're just being rude to him, he's got to tell you off or something. So you don't get, spoiler alert, you don't get the pepper spray if you say no to the dad. So Will, you are a grown adult. Do whatever. So again, it's like I'm trying to have it where there's 2 conversations. If you say yes to the dad, he gives you support and you get bonuses and equipment. But if you just basically blow off the dad at any point, he just like basically switches to very negative comments, like real life. Okay, so, well, you are grown. You are a grown adult. Do whatever. Okay, so we can check if that's it. And then again, animation-wise, again, this is where I'm going to start filling in with better cards. Or maybe I'll start doing the drawing tomorrow. Where's the arrays? And let's see. And I'll keep giving Twitch a try, and then uploading the videos on YouTube, because I think that's a better format. But we'll see. Again, I've just started, so who knows what shape this is going to take. Okay, go right here. Go to the dad. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's see. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 should be no. 5 is yes. Let's double check on our arrays. Let's see. Set animation to 5. Set animation to 4. So yeah, it should totally set it to the negative thing. Now phase 2, no is active. So let's see what's going on. Save and okay, so boink. Cool, okay. I'll just go watch TV. Okay, that's fine. Can you say it again on phase 2? Well, you're a grown adult, do whatever. So great, it says 2 no's. Let me reset really quick. I just want to see one thing, if that's working. From retraining. Do whatever you want. See, so again, I think I just have to get a new mouse. I might just replace my mouse. I'm sad about that because it's a gaming mouse. I don't know why it's acting up. Remember your training. Click. Okay, that's fine. Well, you're a grown-ass adult, so do whatever. So look, it's pretty cool because now if it's actually on phase 2, it'll give me the right response. But since I've been messing with so many things and I haven't really changed the other way the other one works. And I debate if well, no, I think that you do need the boolean, because it needs to be, yeah, you do need the boolean, even if it's not necessarily going on and off, switching on and off. The fact that it's on, I think is very important. And the funny is, I don't know why. I absolutely don't know why. So let's see, set value to yes. No, this is no. Boolean is set. Variables no. Okay. And then what it is that this then can be phase 1. Set card to 2. Set animation to 1. Okay. Okay, I'll just leave it to watch TV. That's great. And this activates the whole thing right here. Now I gotta check if the activation's the same here. Wait for signal. Next. Good. Card 4 just activated. Card number to 4. And then what's funny is that, the card numbers don't matter anymore. Set card number to 5. Set card number to 6. I don't know. None of these really matter. You don't really need to have the card numbers anymore. I think I'll just delete these and clean them up. And again, a note. Those are, again, the card numbers are going to be for specials. I should put, well, are we doing card? Hold on. Are we doing card numbers? Card numbers. No, we're going by card name. So I might just start cleaning up and get rid of all the card number stuff, because it's not going to be needed anymore. And that's basically, yeah, I mean teaching, there's tons of tutorials and documentation, as you can see on Construct, but it's basically, as I've been making this, I make something, I do something, I see if it works, and then if it doesn't work, then I totally just delete it or whatnot. And yeah, that's the thing. This is kind of getting too long, so I think I'm going to cut it off for now. I know Twitch is supposed to be like forever and a day, but I want to keep these short. I'm trying to keep it about 30 minutes to an hour a day, and we'll see what that does. All right. Okay. Thanks for watching. This has been pretty cool. I hope it's not just myself and Wilson. Yeah. I guess let me give out the old sign out. Go out, game dev. Updates Monday and randomly. Who knows? I haven't set up a full schedule. And peace out, I guess. I love peace out, but it's supposed to be go out, game dev. Because if you're going to die, you at least should do what you want to do. And that, to me, is going out and game dev. Yay. All right. Okay.